This is a local and private committee hearing of the Mississippi State Senate. We're going to take up item number 1, House Bill number 1703, Coahoma County. So what we have before us, senators, is that the Coahoma County Hospital was sold several years ago. I believe it was in 2013. When that thing was sold, it created a special fund, and that fund can only be used for medical purposes. Well, this year, the real crutch of this is in the back on lines 170 through 173. So they're asking for the authority to draw $500,000 out of this general fund because their local hospital operator, Delta Health Systems, is unable to pay their rent. So they need to take this funding out so that they can. They're trying to work. I talked to the Chancery Clerk. They're trying to work through the issues where the hospital will start being in the black again, so they can start paying a lease. But they're asking for our help this year, and I'm happy to take any questions if you have any questions on the bill. You've heard the motion. All in favor? Will be reported out. Any opposed? All right, that'll be reported. We're going to go down to Senate Bill number 3140, City of Gautier, authorize to enter into public and private partnerships for construction of an inclusion playground. This was placed on, we laid it on the table subject to call the chair. So I'm calling that back up today, and Senator England is recognized to explain the bill.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I understand some questions about what an inclusion playground is, so I brought this with me. The playground will allow children with autism, cerebral palsy, neurological disorders, cognitive delays, head injuries, hearing and visual impairments, and more, a place to play with their friends. So that is what the inclusion playground is. This group, it's my understanding this group approached the city of Gautier, Unlimited Play being the group that approached the city of Gautier with an offer to provide matching funds to help them build this playground in the area that's going to be known as the town center of Gautier, the city of Gautier, and they're expecting or hoping maybe to get some other funding for this this construction. Before it can go forward, they need this local and private legislation to allow them to do so. That's the explanation of the bill and the reason behind the bill.
So Senator Curry, the other day, you mentioned something about it named the vendor in the bill. And the reason for that is, if you look in section 2, if you look in section 2, 31 and 32, it says after completion of which Unlimited Play, which is the vendor, shall donate the inclusion playground to the city. So they're giving it all back to the city, and that's why they're named. And I know there was some questions about that, but I thought it was reasonable that they're going to partner with them, then they're going to turn around and give the entire thing. So, any questions of Senator England? A bold motion. And all in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, that'll be reported. All right, I'm gonna call up Senate Bill 3140. 3141. Sorry. So we've got a committee substitute before us, and I'd like to adopt the committee sub. And I'm happy to explain it. So what's different from the original bill? Well, let me go through the bill and explain what it's doing. So the Board of Supervisors of Kemper County are going to take their gas district and they're going to create a super utility. And the super utility will be responsible for water, gas, water, sewer, and stormwater. And so that's what it does. It sets up this utility, establish it. It goes through how the commissioners are elected. They're elected for terms. It allows them to enter into legal binding agreements with public and private sector and vendors. It gives them some bonding capacity. It allows them to borrow. It goes through exactly how the commission's to be set up. Now, what is different about the original bill and this bill is I changed two things in the committee sub. First of all, and I think this is important, section 13. It said supervisor, so it says any person aggrieved by any final decision or action of the district may appeal to the Kemper County Board of Supervisors within 10 working days for a final decision or action. That was not enough time. 10 days, the board may or may not meet in a 10-day period. So I've changed that to 30 days in the committee sub to allow for 1 month. And then the other thing I changed was I created a new section, section 14. And a lot of times municipalities and counties, governing bodies are so eager to bring on a vendor. They never think about what it's going to look like on the backside if the vendor were to fail or something were to fail. So section 14 says, at its discretion, at any time for any reason, the Kemper County Board of Supervisors may, with 30 days advance notice by resolution adopted by a supermajority vote, dissolve the Board of Commissioners of Kemper County Utility District and assume full operational control of that district. For the purposes of this section, a supermajority shall mean 4 of the 5 county supervisors. So ultimately, what it's saying is that the district, the commissioners, even though they're elected, they can be dissolved and the county board of supervisors can take over and operate it. And that's what the amendment does. I'm happy to yield for any questions. Well, I'd like to adopt the committee sub. Yeah, okay. Thank you. You've heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? That will be reported. I want to call up Senate Bill 3148. Lowndes County authorize the Board of Supervisors to contribute available funds to public utilities, water, and sewer associations. It's a simple bill. And it allows the Board of Supervisors of Lowndes County, Mississippi, to authorize and empower it at its discretion to contribute an amount not to exceed available local fiscal recovery funds received under the American Rescue Plan Act to any public utility or water or sewer association operating within Lowndes County for the purposes of expanding or repairing water and sewer infrastructure within Lowndes County. And then it repeals July 1st, 2027. I know we have a general bill and transparency that deals with this, but this is a backup in case that bill were to fail. Lowndes County the County Board of Supervisors has more money than they can appropriate legally, but they can give it to the water and sewer systems. That's what the bill does. Happy to take any questions. Is there a motion? Heard the motion, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, that bill will be reported. Okay, that's going to conclude our work for today. I know we're going to leave House Bill 1791 and Senate Bill 3149. That's going to leave those, but we are going to meet Monday. We've got 4 additional bills to take up Monday, so this is not the last time we will meet. Yours are on here, Senator Kirby. For Monday, we don't have all, that's all not together. And then I believe we've still got 1 or 2 bills being referred to committee. So, and that's my understanding, we'll be here all next week. So we should have plenty of time to get this work done. So we'll meet Monday upon adjournment in this room. Do we have a motion? You've heard the motion.
Good meeting, Mr. Chairman.
I just want to do everything right under your watchful eye, Senator Kirby.
You're the one committed.